What's up, everyone? This is the Denning Podcast. My name is Jake Denning, and this is episode 1. I am joined by Mikey Carvajal of Islander, who are set to drop their upcoming 4th album titled Grammy Nominated on June 28th. It features some of the band's best work to date and even has a guest appearance from Christian of Blindside. You may have seen them on tour with Korn, P.O.D, and Papa Roach, among numerous other heavyweights in the rock scene. We also talk about the cost of touring, being at Sting's final wrestling match at AEW Revolution, and even being dropped from their record label before their 2022 release, It's Not Easy Being Human. You can support the podcast by doing the following. First, subscribe it wherever you like to podcast, Spotify, Overcast, wherever. Second, tell a friend, either in person or on social media. Word of mouth is a massive way to get this podcast in front of new people and help it grow. Anyways, enough talk. Here's my chat with Mikey Carvajal of Islander. Enjoy. But yeah, we are officially rolling right now, though. But yeah, I agree, though. It's just the passion of it all. I mean, I think, you guys are in a van. You guys always have been. I think you guys did one bus tour?
We did one bus tour. We shared it with the band King, K-Y-N.
Oh,
King,
okay, so not King.
Yeah, we toured with them before too, though. They're David was really nice to us.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. And we did a couple tours in Cruise America RV, and we've done tours in Sprinters before, but Islander's been in a van for most all of its career. So.
Which I think is because you guys understand, like, just the economics of everything. Where, yeah, I mean, it costs money to get a hotel for the night or even a motel. And
yeah, I mean, we not only do we understand it, but we can't afford it. Like, even if somebody was like, you know what, we want to be comfortable this tour, it's absolutely impossible for us. Like, we've never had enough money to comfortably afford really anything except, really even van bill, monthly van bill, like, it's always been rough. So
yeah,
we're grinding, man. We've grinded for a long time. Even before we were in Islander, we all had different bands, and Islander kind of stemmed from a different band that we were in, and we've been grinding forever. I mean, I was in high school when I started doing this kind of stuff.
Well, it's funny though, because I mean, I saw an Instagram post recently where it was like, unless you're selling out these mid-sized venues, don't hire things. Like, you can carry cases inside. You can write the email to different people. You can advance tours and stuff. Like, you can do everything DIY. You don't have to spend money.
Yeah. I mean, we used to have a sound guy, a tour manager, all that kind of stuff, merch guy. We've cut all of that. It's literally just the 4 dudes that play on the stage now, and that's all we can afford. We can't even hire somebody if we wanted to. Like, this last tour that we did, we always make sure first and foremost that we can pay the people that do work for us, or management, or our lawyer and stuff like that. But
right.
As far as band members, we didn't really take home much money. So,
yeah.
Or any money. So.
Yeah, and that has to be kind of hard at the end of the day. I mean, you guys are firing on cylinders again. I mean, this new record cycle has been super successful from what I've been seeing. It's like, I like the fact that you've been rolling a new single out every other month, and then yeah,
we're excited. I think a lot of that excitement, just even the success of that we're seeing, even just a little bit, I think it comes from us being excited and being happy again, because being independent, we're not having people tell us how to write our songs, who's to write our songs. We're not having any of that kind of stuff. And that's what a lot of bands do. And I don't know, like, I just feel weird about it. I feel weird about being in an industry where, for so long, I think that I was attracted to rock and roll music and punk rock music because I wasn't really welcomed at the cool kids table at school.
Yeah.
And then started doing this, and you find out there's another cool kids table where they're way more punk than you or whatever. And, you might not be invited to their table, but at least at our table, we're eating the lunches our mamas packed us, or we made ourselves, so to speak, bringing it from home. We're not just you know, we never this is a terrible analogy. For a lot of people are like, what are you talking about? Probably, but uh, basically what I'm saying is Island Rights. We write our own music, and that was a lot of where we would headbutt with, you know, our former label or whatever, because they would think that you had to follow the formula of, hey, this person wrote this hit song, so we know that they could probably do that for you. That's where the statistics lie. It was all a math problem.
Yeah.
You know, we became a math problem for them. And now we're just like, you know, like we took it back in the basement where this band was formed. We wrote songs. We did everything ourselves. Our guitar tech, which is actually our live guitarist now, he's not a guitar tech anymore. He's a live guitar fill-in, but he produced, mixed, mastered the whole thing. Mm-hmm. One of my friends in town engineered my vocals. And yeah, I think people can tell, like even the music videos we've been doing, like they're all from either my iPhone or our iPhones or a camera that I have here in the house. And I'm teaching myself along the way how to edit music videos, and we're doing everything in house. Photography, like we're doing all the photo shoots in house, everything. So
and that's fun,
if stuff looks a little rough around the edges, that's why. But at least it came from us. Like it came from us.
Yeah, and I think like people just ultimately want the content. They want to like see something versus like, yeah, I mean the new ADTR video mm-hmm. is awesome. You know, it goes real fast and it's high production, but you mm-hmm. know, it's different. Yeah,
and again, if we had the means to be able to do stuff like that, I'm not saying we wouldn't go and have somebody like awesome shoot a music. We would have Peter Jackson come in and do a music video or something.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, like, we would do all that. We were like, Steven Spielberg, get over here, let's do it. Like,
but I also love the white screen videos though. I mean, Slaughter to Prevail just put a new video, same concept, mm-hmm. same thing.
Yeah, that I don't know if you saw our What a Time to Be Alive video, but we pulled over on the side of the road. We were literally 10 minutes before we pulled over, or maybe less, maybe 5 minutes. We were talking about like, what can we do for this video? We need to shoot a video. We need to get it out because the single's about to drop. Mm-hmm. And we saw a big field at a rest stop, and we're like, just pull over there. We'll just shoot it right there. So we took our guitar player's phone, and he has like the newest iPhone, and we used that. We shot everything ourselves. I jumped in the van and started editing, and within 2 days, you know, we had our music video. And there was no budget. Like there was no budget. It was literally just like, here, let me see your phone. Here, I have a laptop, and here's our video.
You know, it's funny. Like I feel like this particular album cycle is getting a better response than what you've had in the past, even on like things like Better Noise and Victory.
Yeah. Well, I think the reason is DMX said it best. He said, in the streets we're like, get them.
Yeah.
But no, he said in the industry's like, wait, but in the streets we like, get them. And the industry was always telling us to wait. Like, or I don't want to say the industry, but like the record label and the powers that be at the label. And not everybody at these labels were evil or bad. I'm not saying
no.
I'm just saying, you know, we didn't fit into their formula all the time because we were always ready to do stuff. And until you're making money or making a splash with the one thing that they threw at the wall, they're not going to start throwing money at the other things. Because being on the radio and stuff like that, it costs a lot of money. And we, like our last album, Better Noise, we were dropped before our album came out, but no one told us.
What?
Like no one ever told us. So we had an album drop. The album had like everybody on it too. Like mm-hmm. we invited all of our friends in. We had Spencer from Under Oath, like Dan from Zayo, Bruce from Living Sacrifice, Head from Korn, Sonny from P.O.D, Lacey from Flyleaf, Eric from I Prevail, Hyro the Hero, Fire from the Gods, Sleep Singer, AJ, HR from Bad Brains. Like it sounds crazy, but
right.
Like, I'm probably missing somebody in here with all this, but it was just
it was a real mixtape life.
Yeah, that was kind of the idea.
Yeah.
Like, because we were doing it's a long story, but once the pandemic hit, you know, that the label was like, we're out of funds, so we're just going to drop whatever it is that you guys already tracked. And we're like, whoa. Like, we tracked like demos. We can't do this. And So we went, and again, we spent our own money, and we tracked in our trailer, like literally our trailer, like band trailer where we carry our gear, in the basement. And seems like there was somewhere else, but no, we just tracked it like punk rock style and hit up our friends, and we're like, nobody's doing anything. Do you guys want to jump on the song? And our friends were so cool about it. And we thought, man, we're giving the label like this, this crazy amount of tracks and everything to work with, and they didn't do anything. And about 2 months, or no, about a month in, I guess, month and a half, maybe 2, I don't know, give or take, I hit up the label because I wasn't getting any interviews or anything that I knew was probably kind of normal that we'd gotten in the past with an album release. And they were just like, hey, I said, what's going on? Like, I know that you guys have Pool. And I said, I didn't come out of rude or anything. I just said, I want to work with you guys to do as much for this album as possible. I said, I'm ready to work.
Yeah.
And they came back and said, we dropped you guys before the album came out. Did nobody tell you? They said, we were trying to do you a favor because we knew you needed to get a record out. It's like, what?
You got office space.
Like, yeah. So they said that their lawyer at the time was supposed to hit us up, and she was no longer there. So we hit her up and we're like, did you hear about this? And she said, they're lying to you. She was like, that didn't happen. She's like, they never said that. They just decided this probably. And they're like telling you guys like, oh, we already dropped you. And yeah, we had heard horror stories about labels picking up bands so that basically they could take bands off the market while they pushed another band in the same genre.
Yeah.
So let's say a band was rapping and rocking or whatever. They picked us all up and they said, okay, here's the one we're pushing. Now that we have all these other people off the market to get out of the way, there's no competition.
Did you feel like the album got the attention it deserved because of that, or did it kind of fly? Do you feel like the album got the attention it deserved, or did it kind of like fly under the radar because of the pandemic?
It fell under the radar because, again, like we waited till after the pandemic and everything. It fell under the radar because they didn't push the album or work it. They didn't ever have intentions to. It was just, we're going to put the album out. We were on tour with Attila, and he is legend at the time. And we were so excited to finally put a new record out because they made us wait 6 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy. 6 years to put out a new record.
And no vinyl too, though.
No vinyl. They didn't put out a CD either.
Ooh.
They didn't print physicals because they said nobody wanted them.
That's ridiculous.
And so now, again, we're moving forward with our new record. I'm not trying to be all negative. I'm just telling people what happened.
No. It's just real talk, though. I mean, it's one of those things where people, they love to collect. I'm part of this group on Facebook that, like, people are collecting every single variant of a particular album. It's like, okay, if you want to spend your money on that, tight, but, it's even crazy. Like, there's a band from Portland called Dying Wish.
Yeah.
They've blown up in the last like 5 years or so. But, there's people that, on the East Coast are like, I want to get every single variant of this record. I'm like, tight, cool.
Yeah,
who would have thought?
Into, man, it's awesome.
Who would have thought the local band, and they blew up, and then they're touring, they're crushing it. Dude, now people are buying these albums.
That's the way it always is. And I don't think people realize sometimes, like, every band that we like is a local band to some town. Some town is like, yeah, we know them. Like, wherever it is, like whether it be Slipknot or Korn or Deftones or whoever, some town is like, yeah, I went to school with that guy.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't know. But,
well, yeah. And I think about like Dying Wish in particular because like that band had hustled for so long. Like, like Emma would be, they'd be outside of the Hawthorne doing handbills after shows consistently.
That's dope.
So to see them, like, man, they just came through with Amity Affliction and had one hell of a show for a hometown.
Wow.
And it's like, it takes consistent years of just like touring and growing and just doing it.
Right.
And so,
absolutely.
I mean, I'm glad to see them be successful and do their thing. So,
dude, I love hearing success stories when bands grind. I'm all about the grind.
Yeah.
Like, I'm all about bands coming out and saying, we worked for this.
Oh, so, for sure. Like, they definitely work for it.
That's what's up. And that's why I've always respected bands like, and some people don't know the backstories and stuff. Bands like P.O.D.
Yeah.
They grinded forever. Like it was crazy. Like sleeping on floors and it being in the broken down vans and touring. This is back in the day without cell phones and stuff too, which I can't even imagine touring without my cell phone, you know?
Yeah.
Like these bands were just out there in the wilderness, so to speak. It was the wild, wild west. Like
they were doing all sorts of stuff. I mean, they played Tom Fest back in the day.
Yeah, yeah.
That was one heck of a festival. You ever go to that one of those?
I never went, but like everybody else, you know, I heard the Tom Fest live.
It was like the coolest festival near the end. I mean,
that's dope.
Yeah, I mean, the owner Mikey was like just that dude. He goes, "Oh man, this band dropped. Who do I pick up?" I'm like, "What about Project 86?"
That's a cool name.
What are they doing? Yeah, Mikey Bridges, I think his name is.
That's awesome.
It was just over the border into Camas, which is like maybe an hour from Portland.
Nice.
But yeah, what a great time to be alive for that festival. It was like,
well, that time period in general, it was special. There was something very special there.
Yeah, I remember seeing like the Showdown play, As It Lay Dying playing in the rain. I mean, it was the best, man. Like, and it was kind of like everyone was kind of real punk rock and to the ground. I mean, no one was cooler than everyone else. They, you know, cooking hot dogs and stuff, and it was tight. I think Guitar Hero was really popular back then too, so people were playing that. I mean, it was the place to be.
That's dope. Dude.
I remember Blessed by a Broken Heart did a 80s prom one year.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah,
I heard about it.
Yeah, that was tight. But yeah, what a cool I mean, they don't do a lot of festivals like that anymore just because of the economics of it all, but
dude,
you know,
there's not a lot of those punk rock style ethos kind of festival. You know, it's not, things have changed.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, they're trying though. Kevin Lyman and some other people are bringing back kind of a new, like a summer school festival. It's like smaller.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's like the Home Team, Honey Revenge, like smaller bands, and they're playing at like 4 p.m. on upwards.
That's dope.
The ticket cost is really low, and it's like 35 minute sets, but it's to kind of get that exposure for these bigger venues.
Yeah. Dude, I would love to jump on some of that stuff, dude. No, I mean, it's weird. We're a weird band. We're new to a lot of people still, but we've been grinding for a long time to people that know about, you know, people that have been keeping their ears to the streets.
Yeah. So. But it's also like, I think it's the appeal of just the overall showmanship of it all. Like, you guys actually go out there and like kind of put on a larger than life persona on stage, you know, with the mixing of pro wrestling and just kind of how that mixes in and stuff. I mean, that's a whole different conversation too. I mean, just you guys were you guys are at AEW Revolution recently?
Yeah, we were at Revolution for Sting's last match. He had us out.
That had to have been crazy.
Oh, dude, it was awesome, man. It was Sting and I have become pretty close over the years.
Yeah.
And he invited us out, and we ended up having a great time, man. We got to kick it with everybody. We had dinner with Ric Flair and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Magnum TA and all these dudes, and you know, we got to sit with Sting's friends and family ringside, you know, front row, and it was just crazy. Like, we got to hang out like in the arena when like they were going over their match and stuff like that. They were talking about the match in the ring and stuff. We got to sit there and watch and hang out, and we took pictures on the entrance ramp and stuff with Sting and everything, and just got to kick it. It was rad, man. It was a cool night.
Yeah, I mean, it had to have felt like a movie just like the entire night.
But yeah, like, all my action figures were walking around, you know.
Yeah.
Like, we've done the rock and roll thing enough. I'm not impressed anymore, really, you know, musicians walk around. I'm like, okay, we've met everybody now. That's cool. I love them. But this was different. It was like watching like the cartoon, like Saturday morning cartoon characters, and my action figures were all walking around me. And I'm like, okay, this is different. Like,
yeah, did you have like the feeling of like, ooh, I don't belong here? Like, this is weird. Like, because I've been in those situations where it's like, I'm the weirdest guy at this party right now. I don't belong in backstage. Like,
I'd say that I mean, like, because again, we've been to a lot of like award shows and some big tours and stuff. So we kind of know how to at least blend in. But I mean, the wrestling thing, it was hard not to, you know, geek out a little bit, or as in wrestling lingo, mark out. Like
Yeah,
it
right.
was hard not to kind of be like, but we did, you know, like we got pictures with who we wanted to and stuff, and we ended up like really having some good conversations with people. Like Ricky the Dragon Steamboat told us a lot of cool stuff about like stories about his family and everything, and Ric Flair ended up giving me like a chop, and it was cool, dude.
Yeah, you'll never forget that. I mean, that's
no, it was rad.
especially since like, you know, those interactions typically cost like what, $120 for 30 seconds
Yeah, probably.
at the
This
Comic
was
Cons
just
and
like,
whatnot.
yeah, this was just like, nah, bro. Like, here's my all access pass. We're having dinner. We're kicking it. Like, it was incredible. So, Sting hooked us up that night, dude.
Dude, you got to tell me. So you got back home from this Maylene tour. How was that?
It was amazing. Number one, all the bands were so easy to get along with. Like us, Salt Wound, Limbs, Maylene, like we all just connected, and it was just a really easygoing tour. Like everybody liked each other, and
Yeah.
it's not always like that. It's not always, you know, like sometimes you feel like you're kind of walking on eggshells. You don't want to upset someone, or you don't know where you're allowed, or anything like that. This tour was very much like just kicking it. You know, everybody was just like, "What's up?" Like we're just all out here trying to have fun and put on a good show.
Was this
So
Maylene's like first tour back essentially? Because they've been
yeah,
to some shows, but
it was like the first tour in like 10 years.
yeah.
Something. So
I mean,
they've done like one-offs at Furnace Fest and stuff like that.
that's what I thought. Like they weren't supposed to tour again because like Dallas had that accident years back.
Yeah, yeah, and dude, Dallas is a sweetheart. Oh my gosh, I just want everybody listening to know Dallas from Maylene is one of the nicest dudes to tour with and just be around. He's so sweet, man.
Yeah, because I mean, they just put out a new song recently.
Yeah, it's rad.
Have you heard the new record?
I haven't heard new record or whatever, but I'm just being honest. Like I heard the new song,
Yeah,
the new single, the music video and stuff. But no, I don't listen to a lot of music, just so everybody knows. Like I'm a podcast person lately.
Okay.
When we're on tour, listen, when we're on tour, we don't drive around in the van after the show like, let's put on some heavy music, because we just got done with that.
Right.
So I just want everybody to know it's not because, or I do listen to music. I'm just saying, like, when we're on tour, it's hard to get us to be like, let's put on some metal.
Like, no, I totally get that. I mean, like, but you know, you can listen to some hip hop, some pop music, some jazz.
Yeah, some new wave. Like we listen to all that kind of stuff. But again, for me, when I'm driving or if I'm in the driver's seat, everybody get ready because we're listening to true crime.
Yeah.
You're going to hear about a serial killer.
For sure. Have you heard of that new band Aurora Wave? They're kind of like a reggae rock fusion.
No.
No. Have you heard of Ayaterra?
I'm out of the loop, bro. No, you're making me feel like I'm lame, bro.
No. They're not. They weren't a huge band, but they I guess they just quit and they just morphed into something else. But
okay.
Yeah, Aurora Wave is like this like rock reggae kind of fusion kind of thing, and they just had Jonathan Vigil from The Ghost Inside guest on a feature, which is crazy. It's like, you know, you wouldn't think that he would fit on a track like that, but it went off, and I was like, someone get a hold of Sonny, like have him like jump on this, like because he would crush.
That's his world, bro.
Yeah.
Reggae music. Yeah. Send that to me. Send that to me if you could. I want to listen to it.
Dude, for sure. I'll tag you in something. They're a sick band though.
Awesome. I want to check them out.
I think just what happened is like the last band just didn't want to tour, and that kind of just fell apart that way, which I get it. I mean, people don't like to lose money, as you would expect.
Dude, yeah. It's hard to keep a band together. Look at Islander, dude. Like, you look at bands like us or like Zayo or whatever, like we know what it's like to lose members and gain members, and I think that's why right now we've been with the crew we're with for several years now, but me and my brother, we're the only official, like we're the owners of the members of the LLC or whatever. I mean, we have the dudes that we've been friends forever. And I think after a few times of member changes, we were like, well, you know, we want to keep doing Islander, but we don't want to upset our fans or confuse our fans as to who's in the band. So
yeah,
until people know that they want to stick around and that's what they want to do forever, or not forever, but like
yeah,
not,
longevity,
like,
right?
Yeah, we're just like, let's just keep the pictures or whatever, me and my brother. But no, I mean, I don't know. People, me, it's confusing even to me. Like, I'm just like, dude, just listen to the songs and come see us live. Like, I don't know who's in the band.
You got to, man. Because you're heading out on tour with Lacey in like a couple weeks. Then you're just getting right back after it.
Yeah, we're jumping out with her. We're gonna drop our record on that tour, and we're excited. And yeah, she's a sweetheart, like as well. Like every time we've ever kicked it with Lacey, or all the times that we've worked with her, like we worked with her on a song, and she's just so nice. Like there's certain people in the industry that are genuine. You have Sonny Sandoval, and you have Lacey, and I mean, there's tons more. Don't get me wrong.
No, for sure.
Those two always come to mind because they treated us like we were some rock band that should belong on main stages before we were ever out of our hometown.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people would do that or take the time to listen to what a up and coming band is doing. And I remember Lacey was tweeting about us back before we ever had our first record deal. Like she tweeted that we were her new favorite music, she said. And I was like, this is crazy. Like we haven't even like ever signed a deal or whatever. And she was already listening to us. So I think it's cool that we get to go out with her. I've always, respected what she's done and in music and in life. I've read one of her books. She's a cool girl.
Yeah. So it's a solo tour, right?
It's her solo tour. She'll be doing Flyleaf songs and stuff too.
Okay, so she does like both split different stuff.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, like her stuff. She's Flyleaf, bro.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Like she was like the brand, but at the same time, it's like
let's call a spade a spade. I mean, like she won't tell you that probably because she's gonna be about stuff. And in no way am I taking away what the other guys did. The other guys, I'm friends with them. Like they're amazing. Like, don't get me wrong. You can't just take a Samir or a Pat or whoever and replace them in Flyleaf and expect it to come across the same. It's just there's certain front people that transcend their bands or whatever you want to say, and I think she's one of them. I think it's like Chino from Deftones. You can't replace Chino. You can't replace we got a new singer. It's like no, you did it.
There was that rumor going around where they were going to have Amy Lee replace Chester Bennington for a tour, and I'm like, ooh, maybe not.
Yeah, let's just not do that. Let's just look. I know there's a lot of money. Like, I don't know. I'm not trying to share my opinion on all that, but take us on tour. That's right.
Yeah,
take us on. If y'all do something, just take us on tour.
Yeah, of course. But no, I mean, she's so good live, though. She really makes it happen. But no, I definitely don't want to see her do a Linkin Park tour by any means.
Right.
I'd rather see Evanescence.
Yeah, just I don't know. If Linkin Park goes on tour, awesome. I know that they still have families to feed or whatever. I don't know their situations. I don't know any of that. I'm not going to pretend to. I know that they're very successful. If they decide to do something, they were a bunch of dudes that it wasn't just Chester. We all know that it wasn't just Chester.
Yeah.
Chester was a very integral part of the puzzle. He was a very important piece, one of the most important pieces, and a super sweet guy. We played with him back when he was with STP.
Mm-hmm.
And I met him when I was like 13. So, but I don't want to see them have a fill in and it turn into this thing where people are all discussing who would be the best fill in. It's like, look, who cares? Nobody's going to be Chester.
Yeah, irreplaceable. Irreplaceable.
Yeah, it's not that somebody else can't sing. It's just that was his voice for his band. Like, I don't want to see, dude. I filled in for Sonny from P.O.D. one time, and I told the guys, I told them, I was like, look, I'm really glad and I'm just honored that they thought of me and that they asked me But I told him, I said, I don't want to see P.O.D. without Sonny, so I feel really weird getting up on stage and like, are people gonna boo me when I walk out or whatever? And they didn't, thankfully, and it went over super well. But as a fan, and even though I was grateful to do them or get them through that, to do them the honor of whatever they said, but they did me the honor of even thinking of me. And I don't know. I just told him, I was like, this is weird for me because I don't want to see you guys without Sonny. And I'm having to go up there and jump in his shoes and grab his microphone.
And like, you know the words, like you know the words to everything, but it's like when you're on stage, like doing that, it's like, I know the words, right? I think like.
Yeah, I knew the words up until that day when I was sitting there thinking, like, do I know the words? Because you don't. It's another band. You don't want to mess up their show.
Yeah.
Like you want to respect their show. If I mess up my own words, cool. If Sonny messes up his own words, cool. But I don't want to get up there and then look at me like you're the reason this show sucks.
What was that?
Yeah.
Welcome to Sometime. Like
no, I knew it better. I will say I think I did the best I could do, and the fans seemed to enjoy it, but I told Sonny, I was like, I hope this never has to happen again. As a fan.
Yeah, of course. But it's like, it's one of those situations
as a friend, I'll do it.
Yeah, it's one of those situations that everyone like dreams about though. Like, kind of. And like, you know, like.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Like, it was cool to be able to be part of that and help them through that because they were such a big inspiration in my life as a kid. But it was just weird circumstances for me because I was really concerned more about the fact that Sonny was grieving the loss of his grandmother.
Yeah.
So it was just hard to it wasn't like I was getting up there for like fun time. It was like I'm helping my friends get through a show so that it doesn't cancel a show and it doesn't mess up the budget for their tour because like I said, we're all out here grinding. We're doing the best we can, and we need to be able to feed our families. And they couldn't afford to miss that show, for the fans or for themselves.
No, for sure.
So
I mean,
it was really cool that I was home during that time too to be able to do it.
You know who I'm really excited about?
What?
The fact that you got a song with Christian from Blindside on this record.
Yeah, dude. I'm excited about it.
Like, I want to go see them so badly at Furnace Fest. You have no idea.
Oh, I have an idea. We want to play Furnace Fest with them, dude.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not going to get to.
No, I get that. I was like, how in the world does that even happen?
Yeah.
Because they're not super active.
No, they're not super active, but I hit up Christian on Instagram, and I just told him who I was, and we have mutual friends and stuff, so I'm sure he'd seen our band name around. And we jumped on the phone and we just had some conversations about what it was Islander was thinking about him do. And we told him what the song was about, and he connected with that automatically. He was like, okay. He's like, I feel that. I get it. I get what you're saying. So he wrote all of his own parts. We wrote all of our own parts. We sent him the song and we left, spaces open and all kind of stuff. And we just kept jumping on the phone. We collaborated that way. And he's awesome. He's Christian from Blindside. Dude.
Yeah, I mean, and it's cool because like if you like Islander because like you get the similar vibes on what we all grew up with: P.O.D, Blindside, Papa Roach, Korn. If you like those bands, you love Islander. Like you have to. It's the vibe. Even with a song like
You don't have to, but I appreciate it.
No, of course. But like, with a song like What a Time to Be Alive, like that has just those vibes just imbued right into it. Yeah.
That's the stuff I grew up on, dude. Like at least P.O.D and Blindside. I listened to some Korn sometimes as a kid, and as well as Papa Roach. But and again, we love those guys. We worked with them and everything. I'm just saying, like, I didn't go out first day and buy their records the way that I did a Blindside or P.O.D. Just because I was into more of the underground scene at the time, and at the time, P.O.D and Blindside were kind of underground. I'm talking about before Southtown, or more so like before Satellite. P.O.D was still on that up and up, trying to get there, and Blindside, it took them a second too. And I still feel like they got completely overlooked. I don't feel like they're respected the way that they should be. I think that they're one of the most influential bands to a lot of other bands. And they're just underrated, bro.
Yeah.
Blindside's underrated.
I feel like if they did a tour right now, it would go over super well.
Dude, I messaged Christian the other day and I said, hey, dude, this fall, P.O.D. Blindside Islander. Let's do it. And he sent a little fire emoji. So I'm like, should I hit up Sonny? Like, how does this work? Should I text Sonny now and say, hey man, like, how do we make this happen and just get all the politics out of the way? Mm-hmm. Let's just do it.
You know, and I love manifesting things like that because you never know what's going to happen.
All you can do is ask.
Yeah, of course. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I mean, I think if I recall correctly, you were trying to get Corey Taylor on this album.
Yes, we it just didn't work out. I mean, everybody knows, like, you know, he took some time away from touring for a moment, just to get his head on straight, man. Just because it's rough out there again, like for everybody, and it just didn't work out. We want to do something in the future still. I sent him the track. He hates that he missed it. He said, like, he missed the opportunity. And I'm sitting thinking, you missed the opportunity. Like, I missed the opportunity, bro. And, yeah, I just think it's cool that, you know, we even had the conversation. But, yeah, the song Kayfabe, Corey was going to be on that one. And we still might have some surprises with that song, though. We've been talking to some, not, man, I don't even know how to explain it. It's not what people would think. It's not like a normal thing with that song. I'm just gonna have to let that one ride, but I mean, it's gonna come out the way it is right now because that's the way it is.
Here's the cool thing, though: independent album.
Yeah, man.
So you can do whatever it is you want to do with it. So
dude, if you want to drop anything,
if you want to drop a remix down the road, I mean,
yeah, it's not even a question anymore.
Yeah, like, it's like, you know, you don't have to ask anybody.
That's why I'm having so much fun again, dude. We're seriously, the band's having fun, bro, because everything just feels like we're kids again. If I decided to get off of this interview with you after we get off this interview, if I decided I wanted to just drop not me, but the band, if we decided, hey, let's drop a song right now, we could do it. No questions that we could just play, like, throw it on YouTube. Let's go. Like, it's
probably not the best idea, but you know,
no, not unless we were like huge. And I don't understand why huge bands that finally end up independent would ever sign another record deal. I don't understand. I can't fathom it. I'm like, dude, like, you guys could do everything and nobody would be taking money from you guys.
Maybe it's just like the not being educated enough of how things work with merch and just management, and you guys really have picked that knowledge up over the years and just, you know what? Yeah. We'd rather do it ourselves.
Yeah. I mean, like, I guess that's true. Like, even the music videos and stuff, not everybody has I wasn't going to call myself a music video director for a little while, and I started thinking, you know what? How long do I put music videos out and not call myself that? Yeah. So, yeah, I'm a music video director. What's up?
Developing.
Yeah, I mean, well, the videos are out. Yeah. Like, they're not developing anymore. They're out, bro.
You can only get better from now. I mean,
yeah.
This is the worst you'll ever be.
I wouldn't say that, dude.
I don't know.
I'm not saying about us. I'm just saying I've seen some bands come out with some stuff after some good stuff.
But does it feel surreal? Like, you've been doing this for so long. I mean, you guys really haven't peaked. This is really kind of like, I feel like, the biggest moment you guys have had in the last, 5 years.
I think so. I think it's the biggest moment. And yeah, I've never felt like we've peaked. I've never felt like enough people have known about us for us to, to not be able to try things, whatever it is. Like, it's just, I don't know. I don't know how to explain. Islander's a weird one. Mm-hmm. We always joke around in the van, like our drummer, he always says, that Islander's like the biggest little band that he can think of. And he's like, how is it that Islander's done all this stuff? Uh-huh. And you still have so many people that are like, I've never heard of you guys.
No, I mean, I've always said, like, both, in person and online, like, super underrated band. Or, hey, we're thinking we need, like, 2 or 4 on this tour. Islander can play. They'll do it. They'll do it for the dollar menu and a high five.
Yeah,
like
they will, dude. That's the problem sometimes, but we will. It's like our first producer, Cameron Webb. He was like Motorhead. Everybody. He told me something one time that kind of stuck with me because he could be doing all kind of stuff and kind of whatever, sell out and go do all these pop records or whatever. He's amazing. And I said, why haven't you ever done that, Cameron? And he said, I think sometimes my downfall, Mikey, is I still believe punk rock could change the world. And I'm like, dang, dude, like that's kind of how I feel. I still want to stick to my guns. And I don't want to go and become the thing with the formula. You turn on the radio, a lot of bands sound the same these days. The production even sounds the same. I can't even tell which band's who. But you listen to a song from Korn or Chili Peppers or whatever, before the first vocal even comes in half the time, you're like, I know who this is. They have a sound. Well, that sound, it's like everybody's just doing the same thing now. And that's got to go away. Like, that's got to go away. Bands have to be their own personalities. You can't put on the same hat everybody else has on and expect people to believe that you're being sincere.
And that's what's exciting about having a single pop on Octane or elsewhere where, someone's brand new to the band and then they go rediscover, Violence and Destruction and all these other past singles. And I mean, oh, wow, 3 albums worth of new material I haven't heard yet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and we've gotten a lot of that too. People have gone back and they're like, how have I not heard of you guys? How did you have this song with so-and-so or whatever? And speaking of Octane, they've been really good to us. Mm-hmm. And I'm just really grateful to Vinny and everybody there, and that's just showing us love when they don't have to. They don't have to, and somehow, some reason they do, and I'm grateful, dude. That's the way a lot of people have heard our band. That's how we got a lot of the tours we have and stuff, because bands that heard us on there.
Oh, you know what? You got to connect with Brian Storm over at Rockfeed.
I would love to, bro.
Dude, how you guys are not on his radar and just like constantly on his playlist, I have no idea. Like, you guys are right up his alley.
Link me up, dude.
Dude, I'm going to have to, man, because
intro us.
I feel like I have to, because he is the man.
I'd love
like,
to
you think about.
I'm gonna send you the new record,
dude.
New record when we get off of here.
You think about people that like legitimately love music. He's one of those people. He's like one of the people from like Octane 2, where you have gosh, what's his name? Main personality.
There's a lot.
Oh my gosh, Jose Mangan. Like, that guy loves music. Like, you never question it. Like, he's spoke for himself for the last like 10+ years. That guy loves music.
It's like a little kid in a candy store, dude. He loves metal, dude. That's not a joke.
Brian's the same way though. Like, he went on this cruise tour or whatever, Creed, and he got himself a tattoo and everything, and like, he was
a Creed tattoo.
Dude, he got himself a Creed tattoo. This guy, awesome, this guy is the man, dude.
That's freaking sick.
Yeah, dude.
Man, link us up with him, man. I wanna connect.
Dude, you might just tag him in a post like, hey, you got to check this out. Even like having like, he loves the I Prevail guys too. Have them like, yo, you got to like check this out.
Yeah.
Cause
that'd be cool, man.
There's not a lot of super dope outlets right now in music, but that's definitely one of them.
Yeah. I've seen them kind of rising up to the top. So,
and that's another one of those things, like,
awesome.
Brian's been consistently working his butt off over the last, like, 6-7 years. It's been a long time coming.
Another grinder, man.
Yeah, I took a break and he never stopped. He just kind of was like, I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
But
sick, bro.
I'm pumped that you're number one on this new podcast I'm doing. I think it feels right.
Oh,
number
man.
one.
Thank
number
you.
one.
Thank you. Dude, let's do it.
I'm pumped. It's like this thing where I've been working super hard at getting this thing off the ground. There's delays, there's tech issues. Like,
I get it, bro.
Dude, it's been
rock
insane.
And roll.
It is.
It's rock and roll. It's not rock unless there's issues.
Yeah, dude, it's been 3 years though since I've last put something out. And just the whole goal for this year was to get stuff rolling again, and get the ball going, and have these dope conversations and stuff, and like, and put stuff like this new album in front of people. I mean,
Well, thank you,
dude. The album has already been banging. I mean, it's halfway out already.
Yeah, we still got like songs people haven't heard.
But you're kind of in trouble though, like, because you're going to be playing these tours. Like, you're going to have too many songs to play from.
Yeah, like we actually, because this year is the 10-year anniversary of the Violence and Destruction record, we're going to try to kind of fit several of those songs into a medley.
Yeah.
So people are going to be kind of surprised to see what we do with that. I think we're going to have some special merch for that record, and just kind of take a second. We're talking about doing like 5 shows or so, see how those go, of Violence and Destruction anniversary shows.
Yeah.
But we don't want to take the attention off the new record. But we do want to, acknowledge and realize it's been 10 years since our first album, and that album is what put us on the map. So
yeah, I mean, it definitely wouldn't be a bad idea to really just feature these new songs though live. I mean, like Witch goes off.
Yeah.
What a Time to Be Alive.
Live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what you guys have been mainly playing? Is this new stuff, or have you guys sprinkled in like older?
We've been mixing it up. We didn't want to introduce too much stuff that people hadn't heard until the record came out, because I always hate when it's like, what if we mess up on that like one part or whatever, and that's the version everybody saw on YouTube, and they're like, oh, I don't like that song because they, and it's like, no, that's not the way it goes right there, or whatever. I just get scared of that kind of stuff. So
no, I that.
Want the record to be out first, but we've been playing some of the new stuff. We played Serpents and Daggers, Ritual of Death, Witch. On this next tour, we're going to be playing What a Time to Be Alive. We're going to be playing the next single, or one of the next singles, is called Weight of the World. We're going to be playing that one. But so we're slowly trying to, put stuff in there. It's like, I know that anytime I go, see a band that I love, I don't want them to play the stuff I don't know too well yet, even if I'm curious. So we've been playing a little bit off of each thing, like picking a song here or there. But we're trying to really kind of let people know this new album is the best thing we've done. And I know that people say that. Yeah. I know they feel obligated to say it, so I feel even goofy saying it, but it's genuinely the follow-up that should have come right after Violence and Destruction. To us, this is the one that should have come after that record. Nobody's in our way telling us, again, what to do, to not scream so much. This is Islander in its rawest form, and we just can't wait for people to hear it.
Is that a Victory thing, or is that more like both Victory and Better Noise?
More so Better Noise. Better Noise
Interesting.
had more so the statistic. Everything's a statistical, like, math problem. Like, we have seen this works with this band, so now every band's gonna have, and it's like, I don't know, we didn't gel well with that. They sent us out to California to write with 12 different co-writers.
Yeah. So
I had people sitting there with their pad and pen trying to write my lyrics. I don't do that. And that's a big part of what we do. People want to hear what I have to say. They don't want to hear what the ghostwriter has to say that they don't know his name.
I mean, you would do co-writes, so like you would, if Sonny was like, "Hey, let's write for a day," you would definitely do that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would do it if it was a collaboration.
Yeah.
But if it were saying, "Hey, I'm going to give you your new lyrics for your new song," I'm like, well, no, like, you didn't, like, somebody didn't come in and hold Picasso's hand and say, well, you were holding the paintbrush, bro. And it's like, yeah, but you were moving my hand around.
No, but I think about, like, co-writes really help flesh out, like, what you could say or what you might want to say. And it just helps deliver the most clear, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's...
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but I would hope that any band I listen to, I was hearing the purest form of the people that were on the stage.
Yeah.
And so whether it's good or bad, like my brother always says, our bass player, Chris.
Oh, yeah.
He's my brother. he has the best line. He's always like, "Let them suck, dude." like, and I love that because these labels that'll send bands to these writers and say like, "Hey, go let this person write your song," and because sometimes the band's not even in the room, and they'll come in and say like, "Oh, like this is our new song, cool." I'm not gonna tell you who, but yeah, my brother always says, "Dude, just let them suck." Like, why not go pick up the band that's already dope without telling them what to do, instead of the band that gets to get all this like praise, and yet they come in and no one knows they had somebody write their own music.
What a shame.
It's a shame, and it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking when you know it and you can't say anything about it because you gotta be nice.
Yeah, but you have all this anecdotal knowledge about like, the scene and the industry from just such a long timeline. Like, I don't know if a lot of bands would know this just right from the get-go.
No, like that they're not going to write their songs anymore.
Well, no, just like, how things kind of go sometimes.
Oh, yeah, that. But
so just age and experience, Yeah,
I think the integrity though of when you walk in a room and they pull out a list of songs like an archive and say, "Which one do you like?" and you're picking it like you're picking a tattoo off a wall.
Yeah,
it's like, come on, like no, like it's a joke.
So the album comes out late June, so June 28th, is that correct?
28th.
Perfect.
June 28th.
Okay, so there's still time to pre-order and get that stuff nailed down?
Yeah, there's time to pre-order. We have some really cool bundles up that are going to be gone after the bundles are, done or whatever, but there's stuff even in the bundles that even I want. Like there's some shorts and like this hoodie, and I just like, okay,
the hoodie's tight. I've been trying to
get
one of those for a long time.
Oh, dude.
Because
this one's a little different too. This one's got like the metal font.
Yeah. Well, because you guys have always sold it, but like it's never like been in stock.
Yes, because it sells out.
For
yeah.
You might have to do like a one-off and just have a pre-order.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll end up doing that kind of stuff. Right now we're just trying to really push the bundles and trying to, get the pre-sales up and hope that it makes some charts or something. Like we're really trying to make an impact without, a label. Our fans, by the way, I just want to say, our fans kickstarted this album. This was not something that came out of our pockets. This was something that the fans literally kickstarted. And I think that sometimes people think like, oh man, they gave you guys $30,000. No, they didn't give us $30,000. They paid for things that all that money is already allocated to other things. They paid for things that they're going to be getting. So all that money, as soon as you get it, it's used already on the people, because that's what you promised them. You said, hey, you're going to fund this record and we're going to make sure that you get what you bought, because you actually bought something.
Yeah.
It's not charity. It's like, we're just excited though, dude.
Yeah.
Like, our fans did this. Like, that's cool.
And that had to be somewhat nerve-wracking to even launch a campaign like that. Like, are people going to care? Like, are people going to like fund this the way that, we need it to? Or
yeah, we were terrified because if it didn't work, we were just like, I guess, that's it. Like, what do? Do you put out, do you keep being a band? So, we asked our fans first. We said, would people be interested in, crowdfunding a record now that we're independent? I said, what do you guys want? Like, what is it? We want to hear from our fans instead of, people in suits telling us what to do now. And our fans seemed really stoked on it. So, we were like, okay, let's try it. And it worked.
Yeah.
And they came through for us quick too.
And I feel like one of the big things you guys had to do is like fix your van.
Yeah, so that van, we fixed it enough. We had to get a different van. So we went and we put a payment on a van. So there's still, a big payment. So we're making payments, but we have a different van which looks and feels the exact same as the other one. Like, we could fool people and make them think we're in the same van, but we're not. Which van trouble seems to haunt this band, so we're really scared. Like, we already heard like one weird noise on this last tour, and it was the band's first tour, and we're like, no. Like, so we get it checked before every single tour. So we're getting it checked out this week and just, you know, making sure everything's still good. But it wouldn't be a band if band have band breakdown stories, though, would it? I mean, like, every band's got them.
Well, yeah, I mean, it happens with just mechanical stuff, weather related stuff. I mean,
yeah, dude, our last van, we literally, there was one point where we had put duct tape all over the engine and all part, like, and we took a picture because we're like, I don't think people believe this. Like, this thing's actually held together by duct tape, like real duct tape. Like, Islander's crazy, bro.
Yeah, I mean, like, things like transmissions go out, and it's like, how much is it going to cost to fix? $5,000.
Yeah, we've rebuilt a transmission 3 times in the old van. Replaced the engine 1 time.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are independent, so there's no label to like, hey, here's a loan for.
Oh, dude, even when we weren't independent, labels weren't doing that.
For real?
So, dude, I don't know what people think labels are, but whatever it is, Islander never experienced any of it. Islander got a really weird end of the stick, if anything. I don't know.
So you guys are due for like some positive momentum. No van breakdowns. No.
Yeah, we're gonna try our best. I mean, right now I feel like the record's not even out, and it's gotten so much more love than any of our other ones in the last, you know, however many years.
Yeah.
And it's because of our fans. Our fans did this.
Yeah, and you're not releasing it during a pandemic where no one can tour, no one can do much of anything. So.
Yeah, that helps too.
Yeah, so it's really been this like kind of boiling, you know, for the last 4 or 5 years. Just.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that has to feel good though.
Yeah, we're coming out swinging. So.
Dude, one of the big questions I've been chewing on for this podcast, like, you know, do I even come back and do I even like figure it out, is really just kind of chewing on a few questions like, you know, at the end of the day, like, what is one of the factors and like what makes your band keep people going? Like, you know, the lyrical content,
I think it's the honesty. We try to be very transparent with our fans about who we are and what it is that, you know, is going on. Also, I think that there's so much fake in the world that they sense it even when music is fake. And so to have something that they can listen to and feel like this is real, like this is something that's not manufactured, it's not something sugar coated, it's like this is the real thing. I think that's kind of, at least from what I pick up, because I could never be able to tell somebody why our fans, you know, I think sure everybody's got a different story as to why they listen to us or how we've impacted their lives. But I think just the love, you know, Islander's always been about that love. So regardless of what it is you believe or what it is you agree or disagree with us on, I think that our fans just know that they're loved either way. And I think that's one of the biggest things, that they're accepted even with all their failures or whatever, and the same way that we hope that they accept us with ours, and we have grace with one another. And I think that our fans just feel that acceptance. I really do. I think just that love of kind of like I was talking about the cool kids table earlier, like everybody just come sit at our table. I don't care what you're wearing. I don't care what you believe. I don't care what color you are. Just come sit at our table, have lunch with us, and we're just gonna ask each other how we're doing.
Yeah.
You know, like Islander's a band that we believe that it's okay to agree to disagree. We don't want to force our beliefs. We have our own beliefs in the band. Like, we're 4 different dudes, you know. We don't have the same views as each other, even in the band, but we love each other. And that's just what being friends is, you know. Like, at the end of the day, just coming together and saying, hey, I'm going to love you no matter what. And you can bet on that when you wake up tomorrow, that still stands. And I think that's why people keep coming to Islander.
Yeah. For someone who's brand new to the band, what song off the new record should they go to first?
Oh man.
I know. Tough question, right?
Yeah, the new single, of course. No, I if you want to headbang and you want to get real upset about something, some injustice that happened in the world, look into our song, The Meaning of Ritual of Death. The song's about the West Memphis 3 case that happened in West Memphis, Arkansas, 1993. 3 8-year-old boys were found brutally murdered and hogtied and naked in a drainage ditch after they went out to play. And 3 teenagers were arrested, charged, convicted. One of them put on death row because they basically the evidence that was used in court against them were things like Metallica T-shirts, Stephen King novels, just stuff like that. The fact that they wore black and they dyed their hair black, and basically most people that go to rock shows, that's the reason these people were put in prison, not because of any evidence at the crime scene, no DNA. So that's what our song Ritual of Death is about. Again, if you want to just jump right into Islander, start headbanging, that's the one I would go at. It'll really frustrate you when you find out a lot about the case. And that's why we wrote that song, because we wanted to bring awareness to that. And What a Time to Be Alive, that's the new single. I would say just go check that out. It's got some pretty parts. The bridge is super heavy. I feel like it shows a little bit of what we do. It's got a catchy chorus. And we wrote it ourselves.
Okay, so tour with Lacey Sturm this month, and then do you guys have plans for the fall, or?
We have some stuff that we have not confirmed yet, and some stuff that's almost confirmed, and that's all I can say about that. But if the stuff gets confirmed, people, including myself, will be super stoked.
Yeah, man.
So yeah,
it's time you guys visited. It's been a while,
dude. Yeah, we need to get back out that way. It's been way too long.
I mean, I get it. We're kind of in the middle of the corner.
We'll get there.
Dude, I appreciate you. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning in South Carolina right now.
Yes, 12:40.
That's crazy.
I stay up like forever.
And you're gaming or whatever, or what?
Sometimes I'm writing or editing. Like right now, I have a music video I need to start editing for this album. It's a song called "We're All Too Young to Die." Sometimes I play games, watch movies. I'm a night owl. Like I think best at night. I write most of my lyrics at night. I read. I don't know. I'm a night owl. I work better at night.
Yeah. But again, you're easily accessible through all social media, wherever you like to do it at. And then, I think mainly through Instagram, right?
Instagram. I mean, we have, Islander on Instagram. That's the handle, just Islander.
Yeah.
We're on Facebook, TikTok. We're on Twitch, but we haven't streamed in a while. But every once in a while, you'll find us on there playing a game. We're on everything. X, formerly known as Twitter. we're literally, like, you name it, we're on it. You have to be on social media if you're in a band, so we're there.
Yeah, I get it though. I mean, people have dropped off of Twitter/X over the last year or so.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit less of a like, who cares, whatever. But
yeah,
wherever you like to social media, you're around.
And also, we're on all streaming platforms, so wherever you stream music.
Got including Pandora.
Yeah, we're on everything, bro.
I think someone was telling me, "Oh, I like Pandora." I'm like, I think you might be the only person that listens to Pandora.
Probably, dude. I forgot Pandora existed for a minute.
Yeah.
No offense, Pandora. If you're jamming our songs, we love you.
No, I think they have like curated playlists too. Like
they do, man. I'm telling you, we've had some major love from them in the past. I'm sure they're still rocking.
Yeah, man.
So,
but hey, dude, we got an episode in. We did it.
Yeah, dude. Thank you for having me, man.
Dude,
this was an honor.
Number
it's always
one.
An honor.
Number one, guys.
This is it. Started something huge.
Yeah, man. Hey, I appreciate you. I'm gonna let you go, but go rock the new singles.
I'm gonna send you the record, okay?
Jam the record when it comes out this month, and make sure and crowd surf on top of the stage and give you a hug.
Yes, stage dive. Come up to the stage. You're welcome there. As long as the venue doesn't throw you off, I'm cool with it. But
super sick.